Budget airlines are the Greyhound buses of the skies. And if you go in thinking it'll be like all other airlines, then you're in for a bumpy ride. I would say fasten your seatbelts, but when flying budget, those cost extra. In this video, you're gonna learn what to expect when flying a budget airline. There are few things that feel better than getting a good deal. But just like the buy now, pay later option at checkout, if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably at least a good story. And that's what happens when you book a budget airline. A rush of excitement because you just saved some money. Now before you head to the airport, to get your boarding pass, you have to either print at home or get their sketchy app, which signs you up to a permanent mailing list. When you get to the airport, you slowly realize that most people that book budget airlines belong to the following categories. So the boarding process looks a lot like this. Everyone here is either A, in a later boarding group, or B, at the wrong airport. And both of them will do everything they can to be in your way. At budget airlines, you are at the mercy of the employees, who will select people at random to measure their backpacks before sending them to the back of the line. It's important you know that budget airlines are stricter than security at Jeffrey Epstein's cell. When you pair that with the people that book them, you get to experience their every 5 guarantee, where every 5th person brought a bag they didn't pay for. This introduces the first of 3 delays to your flight and officially marks the point of frustration. As you board the plane, you'll notice that not everyone went to kindergarten, so naturally, they will struggle to decode this puzzle. After several minutes, they will realize their row is on another flight. This is delay number 2. Naturally, this will cause you to question your choices and start growing feelings of regret. Once you leave an hour late, you'll be soothed to the sounds of a TikTok playing across the aisle at full volume. This will continue until the flight attendant walks by and says nothing. By now, you'll be convinced that you're the only person who's been on a plane before and make the declaration to never fly a budget airline ever again. This is of course a lie. This restarts the 1 to 2 year cycle where you book a budget airlines, experience the excitement, frustration, regret, declaration, and then book another airline. If your flight is ever canceled, just know you won't get a refund because budget airlines are usually bankrupt and the new owners say they're a different company. In 2016, I flew from Oakland to Las Vegas, then Vegas to San Jose on Spirit Airlines. This was the Monday after EDC, which meant that 1, it was a very busy weekend, and 2, it was 114 degrees out. I was up since 4 p.m. the day before and should be home in bed by 12 o'clock noon. Once we got on the plane, we heard weird noises, and after 30 minutes of sitting in a plane with no AC in the middle of summer, we were told to get off the plane. After sitting at the gate, we were put back onto the plane where we waited another 20 minutes. To our surprise, they made a second announcement to get off of the plane. By this point, I had gotten 0 sleep, I was annoyed and wanted explanations. A few minutes later, there was an announcement that the flight was canceled. Apparently, it was so hot that the engines wouldn't turn on. After the entire flight of people rushed to the check-in gate, we were told that their systems weren't working, so we had to call customer service to try and see what they could do. When we called customer service, there was a 4-hour wait time and all other flights were $900. My friend and I rented a car with 2 strangers from our flight and started the 8-hour painstaking drive back home, where they dropped me off in San Jose before them driving up to San Francisco. Did those two guys ever Venmo me like they said they would? No. But at least this was the last time I flew a budget airline, right? Also no. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend you think you will like it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here for the next one.